Okay, fine. See, before we go to before we continue with the control statements chapter, so let us consider some programs here. Okay, we'll understand some basic programs, then we will move to the control statements chapter. Fine. So whenever we write C++ programs, so some things we need to remember. That is, what is the input required? So input means requirement. What is the requirement of the program? Okay, and what calculations we should do, calculations or computations, or you can say some logic. Okay, and what output it is required to generate on the screen. Okay, so we have to remember these things. Okay, so now we will look at some programs. Okay, so I will tell you how to write a program by looking at the question, how to understand the program. Okay, so for example, if I consider C++ program, so to find sum of two numbers. C++ program to find the sum of two numbers. Okay. So in this heading, so once you look at the question, you have to understand the question. C++ program to find the sum of two numbers, or we can say find the sum of given two numbers. Okay. In mathematics, you might have come across something called as like given, and next thing prove that. Okay. So you might have observed in the mathematics problems. So given some values will be there. Then we'll ask to prove that some that is LHS equal to RS something. Okay. So whatever the given is there, this will act as an input. So this is the input given. So in this question also, C++ program to find the sum of given two numbers. Okay. So whenever I say given, or if I say the sum of two numbers, then this will be acting as an input. Okay. So now we can consider. See here I will write. So requirement of the program, that is input. Okay. So input is two numbers, and if you observe the question, they're telling given two numbers, but they have not specified the numbers here. So they have not said like 10 and 20 or 20 and 30. Okay, they have not given the numbers. Just they said two numbers. So find out the sum of two numbers. Okay. So if this is the case, again we compare with mathematics. See in mathematics, we might have come across some problems like sum of two numbers is 10, product of those two numbers is 30. Find the numbers. Correct? So, these questions you might have come across. Sum of two numbers is 10. Product of those two numbers will be 30. Find the numbers. So in this case, we don't know what are the numbers. Okay. So what we will consider? Let first number be x, second number be y, or first number be a, second number be b. Okay, like that. Okay. If you don't know the actual numbers, then we will take in terms of variables. Okay, that is algebraic terms. Okay. So here we don't know the number. They are telling sum of two numbers is 10, but we don't know the numbers. So we take let the first number be x, let the second number be y. So in the same way we have to write the program also. Okay, that means we can understand it better. So here I'm telling sum of two numbers. Those two numbers I don't know what are the two numbers. So what we can consider like first number be x and second number be y, or we can say first number is a, second number is b. Okay. So here A and B will act as variables. Okay. Fine. Second thing, so calculations. So by the question only we can understand find the sum of two numbers. So sum means calculation. So what is the meaning of sum? To add. Okay. To add we need plus symbol. So that is find the sum. So only I can take here A plus B. You should not write directly 10 plus 20 or 20 plus 38 like that. We don't know the numbers, so we are taking A and B as the variables. So A plus B. Okay. So this is the calculation part. Then third one, output. So what output we should display? See, two numbers we should not display. We should display the some value. Okay, I can say sum. SCV. So in this way we have to analyze. So input means requirement. So what is required to calculate sum? So we require two numbers because in the question they are telling two numbers. If in the questions, in the question it was three numbers, find the sum of three numbers, then you would have taken A, B, C like that. If it is four numbers, A, B, C, D like that. So here two numbers are there. Let us take A and B. Then, so what is the formula to find the sum? Formula in the sense how to calculate? It is just A plus B. Then you have to display that value. Okay. Now we write the program. When you write the program, so we will start with the header file. Okay. I use the notex, then one more header file. So here, when you write program till here, you don't directly write this statement, that is declaration statement, because what happens here is, so when you write the declaration statement, then at that time only you will decide the variables. And so, sometimes what happens, we will by heart that line, you will memorize that line. So these many variables will come in this program. Don't do that. Just write the program first. See, I will tell you how to write. See, input means it is C in statement. C in. See, from this step only we can write the program. Input is nothing but C in statement, console input. Okay. So how many variables we are taking here? A and B. Okay. So extraction operator A, extraction operator B. So C in stands for input, console input. So two variables we are taking. Next, what we are doing? We are finding the sum. So A plus B. When you find this sum, that calculated value we need to store in memory. That means in variable. So whenever I tell memory, it is nothing but a variable. Okay. Whenever you are calculating the value, some product difference and all, you have to store that value in the memory. Memory means it is a variable. So I will tell you how to write that statement to store the value in a variable. Okay. So always we use this single equals to symbol, not a double equals to, single equals to. And so you remember this formula. 2 is equals to from. So this formula is not present in textbook. For your understanding purpose, I am telling. So I have analyzed it and just I thought in that way. 2 is equals to from. That means, see, from which variable you are copying or which value you are copying, write it on the right hand side. It is not like proving LHS equal to RHS. Okay. From which variable or which value or which calculated value you are copying, that you put it on the right hand side. To which variable you are copying, put it on the left hand side. Okay. So only this 2 is equals to from. Once again I will tell you, from which variable or from which value or from which equation's result you are copying, that value put it on the right hand side, and to which variable you are copying, put it on the left hand side. So here the value of A plus B I am copying. Okay, A plus B will be calculated here. This value I am copying to one memory. That means I am storing that value in the computer memory. If you are storing in the computer memory, nothing but we are storing in the variable. Remember this concept. Whenever you are storing the calculated value in the computer memory by using C++ program, that is nothing but you are storing in a variable. Here memory refers to variable here, or we can say variable refers to memory, because variable definition, one more thing is there. Variable is a name given to the computer memory location where the value is stored. So by that definition, you can understand memory means variable. Memory name means variable name. So if I am telling I am storing the value in memory, nothing but I am storing the value in a variable. Okay. So from calculated value, you are storing in a variable. So then I will tell you, from calculated value, that is A plus B, you are storing in a variable. That variable you put it on the left hand side. Okay. So you can take any variable. Here just I will take sum. Okay. Or even you can take variable as C, because A and B we have taken, right, variables. Next letter is C in that. See, it's very simple. If you want to take the variables, you just take all the alphabets from A to Z, small letters and capital letters. In one program, maximum 6-7 variables you get, small programs. You go for big programs like 10-15 variables. So we have 26 small letters and 26 capital letters. You can use all the letters as the variable. Okay. So C is equals to A plus B. Then A plus B calculated value will come into the variable C. Okay. Next, this value you have to display. So COUT statement you have to remember. You write the string, okay? You write the argument. Sum is equals to is the string, C is the argument because C will get its value. So get CH is the character, then clear screen. Sorry. So here I write it. Okay. So this is how we have written the program. So this statement is very, very important. What I said. From which value you are copying, write it on the right hand side. To which variable you are copying, write it on the left hand side. It is not that it is to prove LHS equal to RHS. It is not in that way. It is from right hand side value. It is copied to the left hand side variable. And in the left hand side, always you have to write the variable. Whereas in the right hand side, it may depend. If C is equals to A plus B, sometimes if you can write C is equals to direct value, or C is equals to variable, or C is equals to A plus B. So on the right hand side, it can be direct constant value, or it can be a variable, or it can be an equation. Remember, on the right hand side, it can be constant, or it can be a variable, or it can be a some equation. But on the left hand side, always it should be variable. So this also is a remember. Two things with respect to this operator. So this operator is called as assignment operator. Okay. Assign means what? To give. Okay. That means sometimes we say assign some work. That means give some work. So here the meaning is to give the value from right hand side to left hand side. From right hand side you have to give to the left hand side variable. Okay. So equals to symbol represents assignment operator to give the value from right hand side to left hand side. When you are using this operator, you remember these two things. 2 is equals to from, that is from which variable you are copying, write it on the right hand side. To which variable you are copying, write it on the left hand side. So from which variable means it can be direct constant value like 110. It can be variable value or it can be equation value. Again, I will tell you, it can be direct constant value, it can be a variable value, or it can be a equation value. Okay. But on the left hand side, it should be compulsory variable. So you cannot say like 10 is equals to C. So this is wrong. Or A plus B is equals to C. This is wrong. In mathematics it may be correct, but in C++ it is wrong. So A plus like equation A plus B and 10 cannot come in the left hand side. Okay. Okay, so we will look at the output of this program. Okay, so when this program, okay, before we go to the output, now you can write the declaration statement here. So declaration statement in the sense data type with variables. Again, I will tell you, don't say like int statement, float statement. You should not say like if you are getting any error in that line, you say error in declaration statement. Okay, use the technical term declaration. Don't say int statement, float statement. So in the declaration statement, we have to write a data type with variables. So we have used three variables, A, B, and C. So you can calculate the sum of either integer values or floating point values. Okay, we consider here integer values. So if you are considering integer value, then use the data type int. Again, I will tell you, you can consider integer values or floating point values, anything while executing. So now you will consider integer values. So when you consider integer values, take the data type as int. Okay. After int word, you have to use some space. Then what variables were used here? A, B, and C. All the variables you have to write in declaration statement. So two variables are present in C statement. One variable is present in calculation as well as output statement. Okay. So all the variables you have to write separating it by comma A, comma B, comma C. Now it is fine. You need not write first only. Declaration statement you can write at the end. So this statement is called as declaration statement. So this line is called as comment. I will tell you after this program. I will explain about comments. Okay. So here A, B, C, and are variables. Now if we look at the output, we will consider the output. Okay. So now you look at the program. So in the program, See, if I explain by using control statements means like, see, if we don't go to the control statements chapter, then it doesn't mean that there will be no program control. Okay, if we don't go to the control statements chapter, it doesn't mean that there will be no program control concept. Program control concept is there even for a small program also. Even if I write only main function with opening brace and closing brace, for this also program control is compulsory. That means operating system will give the program control to this function. Okay. Then again program control will return back to the operating system. Program control is there for every operation. Okay, not only for control statements of the for even a small program also, program control concept is there. So if you apply program control concept, so these two lines will be executed first. That is main function and opening brace. Then declaration statement. Okay. Then clear statement. So after clear statement, we come to the scene statement. Fine. See, when program control comes to the scene statement, what happens? It is saying console input. So where is the console? This is the editor. Wherever you type the program, that is the editor. View screen. So console means we have to come for the black screen. Okay. Because console output here it is there. So just write the color name so that we can remember. It should come into your mind. So C stands for console. So because it is console, we have to come to the console part here. So when you come to the console part, two variables are there, A and B. So cursor starts blinking. You have to type the value, then it will return back to the program. So unless and until we type the values, it will not return to the editor part. So we have to type the value. So again here, when we look at the screen, when cursor starts blinking, we will not understand anything. That means what values we have to type, what we should do. So just imagine in your mind, black screen has appeared on the computer screen, cursor is blinking, mouse cursor will be blinking. Then we will not come to know what to do. Sometimes it happens when you switch on the computer, if it is stuck in between while booting, if cursor starts blinking on the black screen on the top left corner, so we will not get anything what to do. For 2-3 minutes, if it stays on the same screen, we will not come to know what to do. So in the same thing, if the program is executed, if it appears black screen and if the cursor starts blinking, we will not come to know what to do. So what values, either we have to type our name or integer values, what we have to do will not come to know. So for that purpose, what should we do? In the program, some modification we have to do. That modification is nothing but after the clear screen function, you write one cout statement. Okay. Enter two numbers. Okay. Enter two numbers. This line you have to write. Then this line will appear on the screen. So, enter two numbers. So after that message, this console will go to the next line. Okay. So why we have to write this statement? Because it should appear on the screen. Then only we will understand. So if you don't write the statement, nothing will come on the screen. Program will work. Okay, we will not get any error. But on the console screen, we will not come to know what to do. We will come to know what values we have to enter, what to do. So we have to enter two values. So entering two values is like you can enter 10 space 20 or 10 enter key 20. Okay. So either one. You write 10 blank space 20 or 10 enter key 20. So however you want, you can enter. So if you enter like this, so this will be stored in variable A, okay, and this will be stored in variable B. In the output screen, it will not appear. I am writing for your understanding purpose. Okay, and then C is equals to A plus B. So it will be calculated. Then output, we get an output sum is equals to 30. 10 plus 20 is 30. So why did I write this program and I am explaining this? So when we go to the control statements chapter, at that point only program control will be there. It is not in that way. Okay, program control is there even for a small program. Here also, line after the line, that is statement of the statement is executed. C out, C in, equal to A plus B, sum is equals to C, gets get. So in this thing also, program control will be there. Okay. Now we will execute this program. I will share this screen. We will see how program control flows from one line to another line. Okay, so that we will come to know because in two classes we have discussed by going to the control statements chapter. If you don't go to the control statements concept also, program control is there. In the control statements chapter, what we learn is how to make use of the program control. That we will learn. program control is present from smallest program, but in control statements chapter we will come to know how to make use of that program control. Okay, how to take that control in our hand. In our hand in the sense how to control that program control flow. That we will study in control statements chapter. So yesterday I will give an example when we are traveling. So from one place to another place, this is the program control. Okay, so when you change the direction, that means we are altering the control. Okay, so driver will alter the control. That means path, execution path, traveling path. Here we can say execution path. Okay, in the control statements chapter, we will come to know how to alter the program control. Till we study control statements chapter, we will not come to know how to alter the program control. Program control will flow from one statement after the another statement. It is in sequence. In the control statements chapter, we can learn how to alter the execution path. So this is called as, so 1, 2, 3, the things what I read, this is called as execution path. So this execution path we can alter by using control statements concept. Okay. So now quickly we will execute this program. So I think everybody are viewing this screen, right? Just chat and say. So Turbo C editor screen is visible for you, right? Okay, fine. So I'll open the Turbo C editor. This message enter two numbers. I am writing because user should come to know he has to enter two numbers. Okay. Directly if you write cin statement, user will not come to know what to do. Okay. See, C is equals to A plus B. So from A plus B value, we are copying it to C. So write it on the right hand side, A plus B, C on the left hand side. Look here, we will execute this program. See here, enter two numbers. So that message is printed on the screen. Okay. See, if suppose if that message is not there, see, for example, see, if I don't write this message, you see the output. See, in this way, console mouse control will be blinking, mouse cursor will be blinking, so we will not come to know what to do. So only in the program, what we have to do. So before cin statement, you have to write cout statement. And one more thing, you should come to know why cout statement should be written before cin statement. Okay, it is not a rule, or you need not memorize it. So for every program, okay, before cout statement, we should write cin statement. In that way, you need not memorize. You should come to know why we have to write. So as I said, if we don't write cout statement, so just a minute. So as I said, if we don't write the cout statement, see if I make it as a comment, see I will delete this line. So when I execute the program, see cursor will be blinking. So we will not come to know what to do. Okay, whether we have to write numbers or names, nothing will come to know. So for that purpose, we need to write the cout statement. Okay. Now we will execute it. See, it is displayed. So if I enter 11 and again 11, 11 plus 11 is 22. Now, see, for this program, control statements concept is not required, but we can come to know the program control flow. Whenever we write a program, there will be program control. There is a flow called execution path called program control. So that we can come to know. So I will show you how line by line it will be executed. Okay, main function. So highlighted color, it is visible, right? That is called as program control. Okay. See, clear screen. So the declaration part will be executed, but program control is not in that line, but it is executed automatically. It will execute. Okay. So clear screen refers to the output screen will be clear at that point. Okay. Then say cout statement. So cout statement, whenever program control comes to cout statement, it will refer to the iostream.h. So you can notice the program control is going to the iostream.h header file. See on the top side, it is there turbo C3 include iostream.h. So this is iostream.h header file. So you need not worry about these lines. So it will work. Okay. Then see, whenever it comes to cin statement, whenever program control, I think it is visible for you. Program control is there, highlighted color for cin statement. That is the program control. Whenever program control comes to cin statement, it is taken to the output screen. That you have to remember. Whenever program control comes to the cin statement, it is taken to the output screen. So in the output screen, you have to enter the values. Say I am entering 11 and 11. See, even these, whatever the values you have entered in the output screen, that you can see in the editor screen also. So there is an option called as a debug. Okay. In the debug, inspect is there. Okay. Inspect Alt F4 is there, right? If you press enter, see, I press variable A. See, variable A value is 11 and its data type is int. I think it is visible for you. Top right corner in the editor screen. Data type is int, value is 11. Similarly, if you type B, B value is also 11. Then you trace the program again. Now, if you look at this C value, go to debug option, inspect. In the inspect option, you give variable name. I am giving C. So C is equals to 11 plus 11, it is 22. See here, it is changed. So top right corner, you look into the screen, it is 22. Okay. Now, program control is in cin statement. So we'll go for iostream.h. In the iostream.h, some lines will be worked. Okay. Next, get ch. Okay. So 22. See, get ch function is not used to see the output. It is used to get the character from the keyboard. So program control will be waiting on the console screen unless and until we type the character. That is meaning of get ch. So once we type some character on the keyboard, then it will move to the editor screen. That is the meaning of get ch. Okay. So in this way, we can understand program control. So once again, I will execute the program by using program control. See, clear screen, cout statement. See, when it comes to cin statement, we go to the output screen. Okay. So 12, 13. So here you can see the variables value. So A value is 12. Go to the debug option, debug menu, inspect option. So B variable is 13. So once it goes to the cin statement, you can see the value of C. C is equals to 25. 12 plus 13 is 25. Top right corner, it is visible. Okay. Get ch. Okay. So this is how program control will be flowing. So by using control statements chapter, we can control this program control that we will see in the next class.